안녕하세요 여러분, Tony입니다. Hello everyone, it's Tony. Merry Christmas to everybody and happy holidays to those of you who aren't actually celebrating Christmas. And this is a continuation of all of the kind of like K-pop Christmas songs, K-pop Christmas covers from our favorite K-pop artists that I've been releasing this month in particular. So hopefully you guys do continue to stay tuned for all of them. And this one is going to be a continuation of Twice's special kind of like Christmas covers, Christmas songs that I've been looking into. In particular, the last one we did look at was Twice's Dayeon's Christmas cover, Piano. And then another one is also going to be Nayeon, obviously doing Santa Tell Me. And coming up, it should follow this video, is her most recent cover for another Ariana Grande Christmas song. So hopefully you guys do stay tuned for that. But with that being said, this one is going to be looking at two Twice music videos that I've actually not reacted to on the channel, being Merry and Happy, as well as The Best Thing I Ever Did. Both very kind of like special Christmas songs, I would say, associated to Twice. And in particular, Merry and Happy is one of my favorite Christmas songs to listen to from K-pop artists during the Christmas time. So without further ado, guys, hopefully you guys do appreciate them. Hopefully you guys do check them out. And timestamps will be in the description box below for you guys, obviously. And as well as that, if you want to go check out any of my other Twice reactions, they'll all be linked in the description box below. So with that being said, let's get into Merry and Happy. Junbi, ready, she, check. Let go. Been a hot minute since I've seen Che with like a long black hair. Boom 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 boom.
매년 12월 달력을 넘길 때마다
The volume's so high with
시작되는 그 알 수 없는 허전함은 모른 척을 해봐도 밀려올 때마다 척해도 태어난 척해도.
I love the playful nature of this actual song itself. It's like bum 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 bum. It's very kind of like upbeat tempo, and that's kind of also reflected in like just how the music video is. It's kind of just very fun to play. I love that little aspect. It's kind of making the holidays a bit brighter, puts a smile on your face, reminds you to just like have fun, you know?
태어나지 않는 거야. 하지만 네가 있는 이번 겨울은 다르잖아. 울리는 캐롤 날 울리지를 않아.
Thank you, Santa.
이제는 나도 크리스마스가 좋아. 내리는 흰나무 쓸쓸하지 않아. 이제는 내 크리스마스 노벨이야. 뉴이어는.
It's just so fun and playful, and this reminds you that like to make a music video that's kind of like heartfelt, sentimental, you don't have to have crazy production. You just have to have it come from the heart. And I think that what we see here is kind of just them having fun, playing, and just like being happy themselves, and that just like exudes onto us. The song itself is super fun and playful to that extent, and it just has a great dynamic, because this is, I think, the first song that you kind of get like that you have the girls kind of like really showing some line distribution, kind of like going off of one another. I love the handheld camera part. So like premise behind this, they did Secret Santa for this year, but they didn't really have time to do it, so they brought it onto the actual shoot to give it to everybody, and that's a really fun, touching way. I love that aspect of it just being so natural, and the handheld camera really adds to that aspect, kind of like feeling very kind of like, you know, when you were as a kid, your parents would film you opening your presents. I love that incorporation. See, the background beats like bum bum still back. They add little notes like brightness. Momo. I love how Santa just slides in. That one I think is the coolest, like little catch on camera for them to do it. I know she tried to really make it like happen. It was really It's always like so funny, especially when she's doing karaoke. She's like really getting like, no, it's sort of the swagger, but I can't take it seriously. It's so cute. And I love this like kind of panning shot where they drag them forward to push them back with everybody like blurred out in the background. It's really cool incorporation. Oh, it sounds like oh, I love it. This seems so appreciative of the gifts that everybody got. I love it. Oh, I forgot about this part. Let's get it, Diane. So even though we have like a rap, it's very soft with Diane, but at the same time you have some nice vocal flares that I think are from Gio or Nayeon in particular, and you still have that kind of like Christmassy kind of bell that you've had throughout the entire song, and it's really, really thoughtful, really nice. This just like because I've seen this music video, it just really throws it back for me. It really reminds me of like I think like 2 years ago when I first stumbled upon this song. It really caught my attention, and just like I don't know, it's really hitting a special spot for me. I'm almost tearing up talking about it. Really, really cool. Let's just keep on going. Like this is a must listen for me every year. I always come back to this song. Sana looks really cute. They all look really cute, but like I love Sana so much. Woo. So this is actually the name of their album, Merry and Happy, and this was like one of their songs that off of that. Very, very cute song. Really, really enjoyed it. It's an awesome song that I come back to every single year that like really makes me happy. And honestly, sometimes I listen to it not in the Christmas time because I still think that it's a certain vibe and it doesn't scream Christmas. Obviously it says Merry and Happy, but it doesn't have that over reliance on like bells and like jingleness that other songs do have. So it kind of like has that line between like a very happy kind of like emotional song at the same time being a kind of a Christmas. I love that everybody got some really good lines in here. I just love the playfulness. This music video is definitely something that I love to associate with the actual song itself because it's very playful, very happy, and it just like the idea of like the Santa gift exchange just shows like how genuine, how like kind of relatable these girls are to everybody else. So it's really cool video. It's a really cool song, and I absolutely love it. So this was Merry and Happy, and now let's get into the best thing I ever did, which is their more recent kind of Christmassy release, I would say. All right, let's go. This is after Yes or Yes era. Cool. Mina opening, you cannot beat sometimes just the soft voice of Mina opening, or just Mina's soft voice in general. Really, really clean opening, especially because it kind of like leads out of the like the little twilight like piano. So we're still keeping like that fast tempo, but then Mina is contrasting that with her slower tempo. One more. Diane. Oh, they all look beautiful. Jonghyun. Like when I first heard this song a year ago or so, the kind of like contrast in the beat really surprised me. It's a really fun and playful song, a very cool tempo beat because you don't expect it from kind of like a Christmas song in particular. It really kind of like broke the mold, in my opinion, to what a kind of like Christmas song could be, and it's a very fun, like emotional. I would say emotional because it does sound kind of like very emotional, but they make it much brighter than it actually could have been, and that's what I really appreciate from the song because it's not really, it could be very down, but it's very bright. They kind of like went the other way about it, and I really appreciate that. Again, including kind of like some handheld cam part. I really love it. So like these little parts, like they go really fast. It's like all I wanted. Like it's kind of much faster than the like musicality is kind of leading on. But then you have like "Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na," like these little like sections like where they kind of like just drop slowly but steadily increments. It's very just special. It kind of like really stands out from the song itself, and it really accentuates certain portions of like the actual music beat as well. It's a very very kind of like just playful and thoughtful song, I think.
나는 모르겠는데 자꾸 티가 나는
A lot of Sana too, which is really cool.
하루 종일
Because she has like a different voice, it really stands out.
And
And then we bring in the softness of Che.
Oh
no, that was Diana, I think this is Che. Now the guitar's coming in with Jonghyun to like build it up. So again, we're holding that like dun dun, like kind of the same pattern of just dropping, 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 but bring it back up right after. So that's like a kind of like underlying kind of like pattern I'm noticing. But it really, really works for this. Oh, I forgot about this song. The kind of like UFO-y kind of like electronic beat is really cute here. I think it kind of like accentuates kind of like a twinkling stars vibe. It's very fun, very nice. The Diane part, just softness. Oh, the harmony, the harmony. Cheers, Twice. It's crazy to believe that it's almost going to be 2 years with this year. The background voices, by the way, throughout this entire song have been awesome. They're kind of like staying in the background, but they're very still prevalently, they're very apparent, but they're pushing forward whoever is kind of singing, adding another dimension to the song, adding another texture to it. It's very nice. And oh, they're playing with the, like the actual. It's just like cute moments like this, you know, make you love them so much more. The twinkling effect really adds something, I think. This kind of like bell effect that they've been adding throughout this kind of song in particular really, I think, makes it very, very special. It's cool to hear because it doesn't sound particularly, when you first hear it, to be a Christmas song. But then when you think about it, because of like the addition of certain elements, it does sound like a Christmas song. That's, I think, the thing from the best thing I ever did, and also just Merry and Happy in particular from Twice being kind of like special because it doesn't sound particularly like Christmas songs. They sound exactly like just very upbeat tempo kind of Twice songs, but more soft, more emotional, more kind of like heartfelt. But at the same time, they have a slower tempo to them, in contrast like what at the time was what they were the reason, like Yes or Yes, or like I believe Merry and Happy was Heart Shaker. Those songs in particular, if you really listen to them, very fast tempo, very kind of like dynamic. Here they took a step back, went slower, went more heartfelt. Really, really special thing, I think. In both songs in particular, you can see that here they do a lot of like line distribution with everybody, and everybody kind of like has a moment to really shine in particular, which is a kind, I think, again, a contrast to what they do for their title tracks, where you see a lot more Nayana, a lot more Geo, which is not a thing that I harp on and not a thing that I hate on. I'm just bringing it up because I think that it's something that is like quite noticeable actually, and I'm really appreciative to get these two songs because they are very special Christmas songs that I listen to every year, because it's kind of like what I first stumbled upon when I first stumbled upon Twice being the first K-pop group that I came back from, like taking my break of K-pop. It's kind of like what I fell upon, and then hearing their special kind of like album. I think actually the best thing I ever did is the first ever video that I kind of like stayed up for, the first ever release that I kind of stayed up for being for like just checking it out, the album, because I was so excited for it, and it definitely did not disappoint. And I'm remembering it now, just like makes me tear up a bit inside. All the more reason why I love these. Really brings out nostalgic vibes for me. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, guys, which song is your favorite down below. I would love to know, is it Merry and Happy? Is it the best thing I ever did? I would probably say Merry and Happy, just because of the nostalgic factor for me and the like the sentimentality I have with the song. But both songs are absolutely amazing songs, and I definitely agree that they each have their own special vibe. But with that being said, guys, if you want to check out any of my other Twice reactions, they'll be linked in the Twice plays down description box below. Hopefully you do stay tuned also for Nyan's cover that is to come. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. 감사합니다. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, or something you want to talk, feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll get to it as soon as possible. With that being said, guys, I've been Tony. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and 안녕히 계세요. Goodbye.